You're listening to the LouddMouth Radio Network.
Welcome to LouddMouth Radio Network. My name is Sonny. As a former professional athlete turned entrepreneur realtor and the producer of LouddMouth Radio Network, I look forward to bringing content to you that empowers, inspires, and entertains you. Tune in each week as we have unscripted and unfiltered talks from entrepreneurship, real estate, politics, entertainment, comedy, LGBTQ topics, day-to-day life, and everything in between. All shows available on demand 24/7 on your favorite podcast platforms. What's up, family? This is Sonny. I got to share with you. Get in here and listen. Are you all ready? If you haven't heard by now, let me be the one to tell you. I am super excited that this 2+ year project is now up and running on my YouTube LouddMouthTV channel. I have a new LouddMouth comedy relationship series called Dating Like A Dyke. It is significantly a scripted improv sketch comedy series that's taking a hard look at toxicities within relationships and the need for self-accountability. I got to tell you the truth here. This is inspired by real events that have happened actively in my life. And I have to be honest with you. I came with the kind of strong and sometimes very raw in the reality of my experiences. This series is going to really challenge lesbian, gay, and even overall societal relationship stereotypes. So even from the very first episode, I'm going in out the gate with the U-Haul lesbian in episode 1, which is called Bag Lady Dude, exposing red flags that we definitely miss a lot of times as we're approaching relationships, in episode 2 of Red Flags of America. This is a must-watch series for 2024. If you're streaming online content, if you're significantly watching LGBTQ plus content, I suggest you tune in and tap in. And even for those who may be our allies, trust me, all of this may be coming from my perspective, but I think you'll be able to relate. This has been nothing short of just something incredible for me. It's been extremely challenging because I am the producer, the writer, the cinematographer, the editor. Working, I'm on set doing slate, sound, you name it. I don't care. And then I have to turn around and act my part as well as another character of me. So I have dual roles in this comedy series. And when I tell you guys that I think that it's amazing when you can take painful experiences and turn them. And so for me, this has been an insightful experience. And it draws in on my recent 10-year of chaotic marriage, which unfortunately ended in divorce. Now, with that happening, it actually made me take a harder look and understand, for me to have sustained that time period for as long as I did, that there was something deeper than just this relationship. And it made me pull it all the way back to the foundation of just family toxicities. And, you know, when you've been living years and years and years of dysfunction or just things not in a good place with your relationships or your family, it's easy to draw intimate and social friendships, just interactions of these type of personality types. You know, the one thing is that there's not an exception to the rule. One person is the only. There's many people that are experiencing these type of crazy interactions with people. And sometimes, if you're like me, didn't understand exactly what you were dealing with. And so when you get to a point of having to break down, experiences, interactions, and they're spinning your life, your life is feeling like it's spinning out of control. A lot of times you may have to, get very still and take some hard looks at some things with yourself and then the person that you're dealing with. So what I'm really excited about is that this show is giving authentic comedic spins through painful, life lessons, but it's coming from a creative mixture of scripted sketch comedy character portrayals. Like I said, I play myself and I play another role. And, what's amazing is that I embody me every day. So to bring this character to life in conjunction to, me playing my true self, it gives such a realm that I can't explain, that you just have to watch and see. beyond that, I think you'll also recognize that you'll learn some things about me that I probably have not really tapped into or shared. But I definitely feel that, past decision making, participation in things that weren't healthy for me, and realizing that I had my own levels of personal neglect and repetitive trauma bonding does not help you get through those times, right? And so outright, there's a heavy level of narcissism that has plagued this relationship that I'm kind of revealing in the show. And if anybody's familiar with narcissism, you know that manipulation is a part of that realm. And for me, I think there was a lot of times that there was a confusion of uncertainties. And a lot of times what I thought I might have been dealing with in a love situation, it wasn't. It was just pure toxic behaviors and narcissistic manipulations and gaslighting and these different things that I'm sure that more so people are starting to hear these terminologies more than often, and that's because it's plaguing us. So I'm not going to leave you much if short of anything of the imagination. Each episode is tapping into some self-accountability. It hones in on some of my experiences, whether they were extremely humiliating in a private or public setting. But I will tell you, the mental and emotional anguish from these experiences have plagued me for a long time. And it even taps into the financial and the personal, professional disruption in my life. And for me, this has given me a personal opportunity to creatively heal. My own decision making and my own naiveness in the approach to dealing with this marriage, and then also being to have to spin around and continually deal with family foundational issues. It makes you have to do something differently. I literally had to break up the concrete in my own life. And I got to tell you, it's not easy putting yourself out there and being so transparent about your hardships and in the level of failures and things that have been just happening even behind the scenes that people weren't aware. A lot of times people look at things what they think they know, but they don't know the whole story. And so when you've had from my experience, I've been in the public eye in so many different places, and then even as a couple, I felt like I had to have a space where I would be prepared to really talk, because the truth of the matter is that me and my ex-spouse, with the radio network, with marriage equality, we were a lot of the face of that. We were idolized by a lot of families and couples, especially same-gender couples that wanted the courage and wanted the opportunity and prayed for relationships to have the ability to legally get married and just so many things, fighting for rights and the constitutional opportunities of protecting themselves and their homes and their valuables and the things that they've created in their own legacy. So I don't take it for granted, nor am I shying away from the fact that, when you're becoming a public figure in some form or fashion, and people are drawn to you, for those reasons, that it's not an error and it's not a mistake to give a response and to stand in. If you can showcase yourself on the positive, if you can showcase and highlight things that you're trying to have people be impressed upon or imply with, then you also have to stand in your own measurement of truth when it may not be so good, because life is not just this bubble that everything is always good and nothing happens and things are just la la cuckoo. That's not even feasible. And so knowing that myself and this individual have been in so many social circles, we've been definitely exposed on our own individual platforms, my radio network, various other groups and organizations and those ties that all wrap around there. It was important that I stand in my truth, speaking on it, acting in it, writing it, portraying it, and not necessarily allowing it to allow me to feel like I'm in this just level of darkness. And so for the first time in a long time, I felt healthy enough to be able to talk about it and to draw in. And I have to tell you, even with me doing these scenes and doing these episodes and writing this content and casting for people and looking for certain things that tie into what I'm looking for, it also makes me have to revisit these memories and a lot of things that may have not been physically, emotionally good for me. But it's all part of the process. This is part of that healing process. And one of the character that I do play, I conceptualized this character over 6 years ago and never knew how I would bring it to life, because it was such a odd thing that I had an aha moment, and I gave this description of myself and my thoughts. And so I was excited to be able to bring that character to this series, which is called The Androgynous Monk. And so for me, guys, I'm just spinning around to something that's been a part of me for the beginning of time, which is comedy and my love of comedy and my desire to always be able to have something that could showcase characterizations. I've always been a huge fan of Carol Burnett, in Living Color, those sketch comedy shows and character comedic opportunities. So I'm just giving my all in this, and I look forward to hearing what you guys think about it. So as you watch these episodes, I definitely invite you to go to my YouTube as each episode completes, and you have some feedback. Go ahead and type some comments in there, and I'll reply back to them. And I'm just so grateful that this opportunity has come to this space. It's another opportunity for me to network with other comics and comedic actors. And some people who are not even comfortable in that space have stepped into this project and showed up for me in ways that I can only say thank you for. So I'm super excited. As of today, we're going into Father's Day weekend. So far, there's 3 episodes that's up online. There's a slate of 8 for this season 1. So I'm diligently doing my thing. I got a couple of them that's waiting on editing, and I'm still filming. So if you're looking to be a part of the production and you're in the, I'm not going to say that you have to be just in the Southern California area, because I am a very creative person and I am doing some amazing things. So tap in if you want to partake. And I also want to share with you to I have a website, datinglikeadyke.com. I got a little bit of merch there. Opportunities for you to be maybe a contributing producer. I highlighted that on the website, but I will speak on that a little bit more. And pretty much, if you've ever seen Indiegogo, Kickstarter, those type of sites, a lot of creatives will lay out a GoFundMe type of fundraising thing that they'll utilize to maybe give you some, trinkets or gadgets or shout outs or different things, recognizing you contributing to the projects that they're trying to do. So for me, this is a shameless plug. I'm going to tell you the same. Go to datinglikeadyke.com. And I have a couple of merch shirts. The Sassy Devil Girl shirt is one, and then I have one is the do's and don'ts of dating. So I think my allies, those who may not be of LGBTQ community, they'll appreciate that shirt. It has universality to it. It's pretty sharp, but it's also just good components to, one, put the word out, support the project, and you have a cool piece of merch. These are limited product pieces, so I definitely encourage you to tap in on that. And for those who want to know, youtube.com, that's LouddMouth with 2 D's, LouddMouthTV. LouddMouthTV, that's the host of where all of this is living right now. I am on social media on TikTok, LouddMouth Sonny, LouddMouth on Facebook, LouddMouth on Instagram, and LouddMouth on Twitter. And I appreciate you guys. So I hope to hear your feedback later.
You're listening to the LouddMouth Radio Network.